Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky. I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? All your days filled with love and light. Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky. And I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very special event we're bringing to you tonight in honor of the Stephanie Hoover Foundation. A foundation created in the death of a young girl due to a form of distracted driving. Something we take very seriously here at KMA-TV. Dangers of distracted driving, be they cell phone, rubbernecking, pets driving on your lap, one of my pet peeves. We're going to be talking a lot tonight about the dangers of distracted driving. And we're going to learn a little bit about Stephanie tonight. Want to give a big shout out there to Gary Whitmer and GW Graphics for putting on the show tonight. All right, we are at Talladega. We are in the Chevy Silverado and the Toyota Tundra. Going to be some great racing out here for 100 laps. Taking a look at our starting grid and lineup. Out there on the front line, we've got Donald Stewart pulling down a 53.535, side by side with Chris Boyles with a 53.546. Sitting in third position, we have Richard Brose. Fourth position belonging to Chris Hogue, last night's winner in our Friday Night Flight series. Fifth position, we have Mark Jackson. Ben Gear sitting in sixth position. Wally Tierheimer, Gary Whitmer, seventh and eighth. Ninth, Andre Heidstra. Good starting position there for Andre. John Woodruff in position 10. Chuck Thompson, Ryan Kuhn in 11th and 12th. Travis Browder, Craig Kinney, 13th and 14th, and 15th, Freeman Kelly. And our host with the most, Gary Whitmer Jr., big shout out there too. Gary Whitmer driving the Stephanie Hoover Foundation Chevy Silverado. We're going to get a good look at that truck tonight. David Casey, Michael Johnson, 17th and 18th. Ivan Garcia back in 19th. John Henderson, Joel Guy, 21st and 22nd. Kevin Scott Nelson rounding up the rear of our field, sitting in at 23rd. All right, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to kick off 100 laps here at Talladega in the Stephanie Hoover Foundation race. I want to give a big shout out there to our fans out there. Hope you are enjoying your weekend. We've got a double hitter, Don't Drive Distracted weekend going on with us right now. Tomorrow night, our monthly Race for Pad, People Against Distracted Driving. Always a fun race on a Sunday night. A lot of familiar names out here. Ryan Kuhn, one of our season winners, which recently ended. Very strong driver, Richard Brose, one of our sponsor. Big shout out there too, Richie B's Pizza. Good luck to all the drivers. Getting ready to go green flag racing. Start is done on the green flag. Aerial view of the number 5, Gary Whitmer Jr. Nice looking truck right there representing Stephanie Hoover. And we are off, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Stewart in number 78 out there on that front line getting a hard push from Richard Brose. Taking a look at Wally and his buddy Chris Boyles in the matching Hardee's and Carl's Jr. trucks. Wally sitting in the number 75 in the bottom lane, side by side with his buddy in the number 9. Hardee's and Carl Jr. Glad to see those boys out here tonight racing for maximum velocity. Number 6, Chris Hogue, driving the Pad truck, showing his support for Pad, People Against Distracted Driving. Mark Jackson, the number 3, Budweiser. Big shout out there to John Hedrick, Over the Top Paints and Designs. Number 5, Gary Whitmer Jr. Beautiful looking truck right there, Stephanie Hoover Foundation. Lovely young lady whose life was taken way too early. You can find more information about Stephanie Hoover Foundation on Facebook. Or go to stephaniehooverfoundation.org. Big shout out there to the mother of Stephanie, Mary, working tirelessly to spread the word about the dangers of distracted driving. And that's what we're here tonight to do. That's what we're going to be here tomorrow night doing. 3 wide action is the number 9. Looking like the number 9 is in trouble up on that wall, being passed 3 wide. Number 75, Wally Tierheimer, possibly will he come back to get his teammate? Wally is rolling on without his teammate, Chris Boyles. Chris Boyles falling back to position 15th. Tough break there for Chris. Still seems to be out of that draft. You got to get down there and get some air off of those trucks in front of you. Trying to get a little bit of drafting air from the number 51 of Travis Browder. Joel Guy, our admin for the night, in the number 91, pulling down double duty. Big shout out there to Becky Whitmer, mother of Gary Whitmer Jr., wife of Gary Whitmer Sr., both of those drivers out here tonight. It's pretty cool when a father and son team can get out there on that track. Here at Talladega, you definitely need a partner. Who better to be a partner than your father or your son? Maybe we'll see Gary and Gary hooking up tonight. Caution free, so far so good, ladies and gentlemen. What a great night out here for racing at Talladega. The number 5, Stephanie Hoover Foundation, riding along comfortably in position 13. Number 52, Gary Whitmer Sr., position 9, sporting the Stephanie Hoover Foundation Chevy Silverado wrap as well. David Casey in the number 20, side by side with the number 52. You'll notice right now, ladies and gentlemen, none of these drivers are really pushing that hard other than the leaders. Mark Jackson all over the rear end of the number 78 of Donald Stewart. Donald Stewart so far leading the first 5 laps very comfortably. Richard Brose on that outside lane getting a little bit of a push from the number 6 of Chris Hogue. But outside lane seems to fall apart as they come into 3 just about every time. Up front action with Donald Stewart and Richard Brose. Mark Jackson, number 3, inside lane, staying true to Donald Stewart, knowing he's got 94 laps to get the job done. Our foreigner for the night, Andre Hedstra, regular with KMA Racing. Side by side with the number 75 of Wally Tierheimer. Andre getting a little bit of a boost there. Good to see Freeman Kelly and Ben Gear out here as well. Distracted driving, definitely the theme of the weekend with tonight's Stephanie Hoover Foundation race and tomorrow night's pad race. One text, wreck it all. Put the cell phones down, ladies and gentlemen. Tell your wives, tell your children, tell your babysitter. Interesting little fact, here in Illinois, my home state, never heard of PAD, people against distracted driving. Never actually gave it a second thought, to be honest with you. I grew up in a generation where cell phones were absolutely non-existent. Michael Johnson, proud supporter of PAD, people against distracted driving. Back in my generation, they were non-existent. But there are many other distractions out there, ladies and gentlemen. True story, my first wreck I had, 16, fiddling with the radio. The song on the radio was so much more important that I did not see the car in front of me hit their brakes. Ending in a rear-end collision. Distracted driving at its finest. Caution-free, lap 10 of 100. One lead change. Richard Brose, our current race leader, able to get around Donald Stewart. Mark Jackson, Donald Stewart making a switch. But Mark Jackson in the front, Donald Stewart staying true. Drag race down, heading into the corner. Richard Brose would like to keep that lead. Picking up that speed as we come around pit row. Mark Jackson by half a truck. Quarter truck side by side. Very good job out there to Richard Brose actually getting that lap. Not quite, but almost. Number 6 of Chris Hogue doing an awesome job out here tonight. In-car camera with Wally Tierheimer. Nobody tampered with the 3 wide out here tonight so far. Taking their time, 89 laps to go. Drivers running on about a 30-lap fuel run. Drivers given 2 resets out here tonight. Now what that means for some of our new viewers out there, drivers are basically given 3 vehicles. The one they open up with, they wreck it. Just like NASCAR, they can get one off the hauler, their backup. But tonight for a special event, they're given 1 more. We would like every driver to finish this very special event out here tonight. Stephanie Hoover Foundation.org has a lot of great information on it. Gary Whitmer, position 10 in the Stephanie Hoover Foundation Chevy Silverado. Side by side with Dave Acacia. Richard Brose leading lap 14. Mark Jackson grabbing it back. Nice battle up here between Mark Jackson and Richard Brose. Donald Stewart all over the rear end of the number 3. Donald Stewart showing his love for Mountain Dew out here tonight. Mark Jackson in the Budweiser and Richard Brose in the pizza. I'll tell you what, folks, on a Saturday night, what more can you ask for? We've got your Budweiser. We've got your Mountain Dew. Hell, we even got pizza. Out here on a KMA Slamming Saturday special event. Stephanie Hoover, Foundation.org, doing their part to combat the dangers of distracted driving. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it is a disease. It is a terrible, terrible habit that is crossing our nation, taking our teenagers away from us. But it's not just the teenagers, the senior citizens, the middle-aged, white, black, gay, straight. Nobody is immune to the dangers of distracted driving. And again, it is just not only the telephone. I have seen ladies put makeup on behind the wheel. I have seen men shaving, going down the interstate at 80 miles per hour, and they got to shave. Don't get much more distracted than that, folks. We do everything we can here at KMA to remind people about the dangers right there. That is the money shot, ladies and gentlemen. That is the money shot. Gary Whitmer Jr. side by side with his father, Gary Whitmer Sr. in matching trucks. Only the rim color is different. What a shot right there, ladies and gentlemen, of the official Stephanie Hoover Foundation.org Chevy Silverado being driven by Gary Whitmer Jr. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. If you look up there near the top of the truck pad, the logo 4 pad, one text or call could wreck it all. John Woodruff in the number 117 at Napa. Get a little push there from Ryan Kuhn. Ryan Kuhn, a name that is synonymous with winning. Ryan Kuhn, a young driver of 17 years of age, but I tell you what, he is a winner, winning many, many, many races last year, or this year in fact, in our season. Interesting looking truck being driven by Kevin Scott Nelson. Hot Wheels. Old School Motorsports. Chuck Thompson in the number 48, riding along in 18th position tonight with Chris Voiles. Lap 20 of 100. Now remember, folks, Chris Voiles, about 10, 12 laps ago, got himself into trouble, struggling to hang on to 18th position. Now we see the trouble right there, ladies and gentlemen. Chris having some blinking problems. That's not bad. Having some internet issues going on. Travis Browder, another one of my favorite drivers, young driver of 22 years of age. Another big winner, Richard Brose in pit row. Not sure what happened to Richard Brose, but he is in pit row. And he is parked and scraped and beat up, bad damage on the rear end. Not quite sure what happened to Richard Brose. We had no caution out here tonight. But he has gone from first position down 2 laps to 21st. Tough break there for Richard Brose. "21 drivers still in tonight's field of this very special event. Stephanie Hoover Foundation.org doing their part to educate the world about the dangers of distracted driving. I'll tell you one of the ways that I do my part. I have my work crate, my toolbox. I go from job to job. I get in the car in the morning, phone goes in the toolbox. I check the phone when I get to my first client. I move on to my second client, phone goes in the toolbox. Simple as that. Can't check a phone when it's in your toolbox. Gary Whitmer up to position 5. Good job, Gary. David Casey in 4th. Freeman Kelly up to 3rd. Donald and Mark Jackson dominating up front. 5 lead changes tonight, 0 cautions. Lap 23 of 100. Hopefully green flag pit stops on their way. Outside lane starting to get a little bit of a move. Wally Tierheimer in the number 75. Mr. Carl Jr. himself in the Burger Mobile. Look at Wally. Wally getting a boost from the number 8 of Ryan Kuhn. Now, I told you Ryan Kuhn is fast. Here he goes. He's going to give some of that speed up there to the number 75. Maybe the 75 hit the grill, but he's getting ready to go. Wally Tierheimer on that outside lane, giving it all he's got, trying to work his way around Mark Jackson and Donald Stewart. Just not going to happen on that outside lane. Just about every time at the start-finish line, that's what it's going to look like right there. The inside lane's going to dominate. Outside lane's going to make a run down that backstretch, but as soon as that outside lane hits 3 and 4, that's all she wrote. And Donald Stewart, he's not even pushing. Very little contact between him and Mark Jackson. Over the top paints and designs. Big shout out there to John Hedrick. What a painter, what a painter, what a race, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 25 of 100, 75 to go. Caution free. What a night. Join us tomorrow night for our monthly race for PAD, People Against Distracted Driving. Nikki Clenny, another victim of distracted driving. Lost her life in the back seat of her friend's car while her friend had to answer such an important text that it cost Nikki Clenny her life. Driver walked away safely, which is good, of course. But Nikki Clenny, an innocent victim, was in the back seat. And the driver, her best friend, chose to make the unfortunate decision. Phone in hand, eyes leave the road. Bang! There it is, folks. Bang! Another dead, beautiful young lady or a handsome young man. Possibly someone's grandmother, wife, aunt, uncle. Wally Tierheimer really dropping back to 8th position. Out there on that outside lane, nobody to help him. Number 4, Ben Gear and the Dunkin' Donut rolling on by. Number 6, Chris Hogue rolling on by. Number 111, John Henderson, possibly going to get up there, give a little boost to Wally. Wally's got onto the rear end of the number 20, DeWalt David Casey, and Wally is back, and it's another burger attack. Look at Wally now, hooked up with the number 20, separation between 8 and the 21. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got green flag pit stops. Mark Jackson in pit row. Mark Jackson making his way out of pit row. Mark Jackson, Donald Stewart, setting off our first round of green flag pit stops on lap 28. 2 more drivers in and out of pit row. 2 more way down the chute, fueling up, and here comes David Casey, Wally Tierheimer. Interesting strategy right there, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting strategy. Now let's talk some numbers here. We've got Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson out there in tandem. They trust one another. They're very comfortable with one another. Actually, Mark Jackson is by himself. Donald Stewart is by himself. This may not work out for Mark Jackson and Donald Stewart. Number 75, Wally Tierheimer. Ryan Kuhn, number 8, making his way into pit row. Chris Voiles and Wally Tierheimer into pit row. And we're going to see Wally and Chris finally beginning to hook up. And I tell you what, that is dedication right there. That is absolute teamwork. They're going to have Michael Johnson with them. They're going to have the 3-pack. Now that's what I initially started to talk about earlier, ladies and gentlemen, is the numbers. The more trucks you have, faster you go. Simple as that. Now that's why I said Mark Jackson by himself, that's going to hurt. Wally Tierheimer is going to have Michael Johnson, assuming no penalties were issued. There goes Mark Jackson and Donald Stewart. They got it hooked up. Right here, ladies and gentlemen, as they fly past the single truck of the number 51 of Travis Browder. Travis Browder, not much help. Travis Browder getting up onto the rear end of the number 75. Hardy's and Travis Browder. What a great combination. good. Freeman Kelly, our race leader, and David Casey. Freeman Kelly in pit row. David Casey pulling out of pit row. Freeman Kelly sitting there, possible penalty. Nope, he is out and he is clear. Going to hook up with David Casey. David Casey much faster out of that lane. Kevin Scott Nelson into third place, but going into pit row as well on lap 32. Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson have worked their way back up to third and fourth. What a race out here, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell these drivers tonight staying very, very, very focused. No distracted driving going on tonight in the Stephanie Hoover Foundation.org race. 3 wide with the lap traffic over the number 20 of David Casey. Wally, Chris, and Travis. 3 on 2. Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson. These drivers are on that lead lap. Our top 5 drivers doing it to it. Lap 32 of 100. 5 drivers trying to make a runaway. Lap 33 of 100, caution free, in a very special event tonight with KMA TV. KMA Racing, check us out on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and the first Sunday of every month. Taking a quick look at our running order. Donald, Chris, Mark, Wally, Travis. Our favorite driver, Gary Whitmer Jr., back in 6th position. Chris Hogan, 7th. John Henderson, 2 laps down. Gary Whitmer, 1 lap down. Michael Johnson, Joel Guy, 2 and 3 laps down respectively. Andre Richard Brose out of tonight's race. Nice shot at the number 5, Gary Whitmer. I tell you what, folks, that'll be very, very cool if Gary Whitmer Jr. or Gary Whitmer Sr. can win tonight's race. That'd be pretty good to see. The official truck of tonight's race sitting there into pit row. Gary Whitmer in an extremely good spot. Lap 35 of 100, 65 to go, 10 lead changes, 0 cautions in this very special KMA Racing, KMA TV event. Tire wear not going to be a large issue out here tonight. Talladega, a huge track. Right side's a little bit more important than left side's. May as well get 2 while you're fueling up. Takes the same amount of time. You lose time when you get 4. So the wise thing to do is get your left sides going in there the first time around. Second time around, get your right sides. Third pit stop, go on and flip over those lefts again. Wally is clear of Donald Stewart, but staying true to the number 51 of Travis Browder. He had plenty of opportunity right there to get down, but chose to stay up with Travis Browder. Mark Jackson started out 5th position tonight, currently is in 3rd. What a run tonight for Mark Jackson. Gary Whitmer, 3rd truck on the inside lane, staying very nicely off of the number 3 of Mark Jackson, not wanting to get too tight. Lap traffic could be a factor. Approaching lap traffic at 195, 196 miles per hour. Next round of pit stops should be on lap 58 at the earliest. Looking at about 20 laps. "38 minutes in tonight's race. Several drivers already laps down. Donald Stewart just doing an awesome job out here tonight, leading 14 laps. Mark Jackson leading 16. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, that outside lane, they're not going to let go of one another. We have got the Wally, the Travis, and the Chris show on that outside lane. All three drivers on the same communication channel. Mark Jackson, Donald Stewart, Gary Whitmer on the same communication channel. And I tell you what, that is what is so important, is communication. Ben Gear up into that outside lane. Nine drivers up in this lead pack. Gary Whitmer Sr. 2 laps down in position 17. Yielding up 4, Joel Guy, Kevin Scott Nelson, Freeman Kelly, and Michael Johnson. Freeman Kelly going high along with Michael Johnson, going to pick up the number 52 of Gary Whitmer. Well, good job. Good communication. Good teamwork right there. That is just plain good karma. Because I'd tell you what, folks, when you are single out here on Talladega, your top speed, you're looking at about 189, 190 going downhill with a backstretch and a tricycle pushing on you. But you get up into that pack, you're looking at speeds up 194, 195, 197. About 8 miles per hour faster at best. And that's what you need. You need speed out here at Talladega. Donald Stewart, Wally Tierheimer, Mark Jackson, Travis Browder, Gary Whitmer Jr., Chris Boyles, Ben Gear, David Casey hanging on for dear life. What a night out here. Caution free. You gotta love it, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out there to our fans. Hope you're enjoying the show. As great of a show it is, though, ladies and gentlemen, I will continue on with the distracted driving. That is what we are here to educate ourselves about. Dangerous stuff. I myself lost a family member due to a alcohol-related situation. Be it phone-related, dog-related, animal-related, alcohol-related, does not matter. Distracted driving is distracted driving. Lap 43 of 100. We are caution-free tonight. David Casey, position 8. Half a second off of our race leader. Donald Stewart. Donald Stewart leading 19 laps. Wally Tierheimer still trying to lead his first lap. Having no such luck at it, though. But I tell you what a fight Wally is putting up on that outside lane. And did he do it? Did he do it? He did it, ladies and gentlemen. Wally Tierheimer leading lap 44 of 100. It only took him 10 laps to get up there. We'll see if he can do it again. Donald Stewart's some mighty tough competition, though. I tell you what. Stephanie Hoover, just 18 years old when she left this world. Very young age. Tragic loss of life. Nikki Clenny, I believe she was 17. Tragic loss of life. And the list goes on and on and on. Thousands die yearly, ladies and gentlemen, due to distracted driving. Educate your kids every time you kiss your son or daughter goodbye. Remind them. Don't answer the phone. Don't look at the phone. Put the phone in the back seat. Put the phone in the trunk. Turn the phone off. Put it underneath your seat in the glove box. Tape it to the top of the car. You do whatever it's got to take, ladies and gentlemen. Dangers of distracted driving, they are real. Sitting at the stoplight, people thinking they're slick, I tell you what. You know, but their head's slightly bent down. They got the phone hunkered down there between their legs. They're just texting away. And I tell you what, if I'm behind them, that light turns green, they don't accelerate, I lay on that horn. And I tell them, hey, wake up. Wake up. Put the phone down. I'd like to stay alive. I'd also like to get to where the hell I want to go tonight. But no, you're sitting there texting away at a green light. Ladies and gentlemen, the pain is real. Loss of life due to distracted driving. And you know, it is a conversation starter. And that's the only way that we're going to spread the word. It's a good conversation starter. You just ask them, hey, what do you know about distracted driving? Especially the young ones, especially the teenagers. Lap 47 of 100, 53 to go. Almost at our halfway point. Green flag racing. I tell you what, Wally has led one lap, but I tell you what, at this rate, that was a sweet lap that Wally led. Gary Whitmer still up there in 5th position. Don't go away, folks. Here very shortly, we're going to take a look at the Stephanie Hoover Foundation commercial brought to you by Gary Whitmer Jr., GW Graphics. I tell you what, GW, he puts some videos out there. Second to none. I want to give a big shout out there to GW Graphics, helping me put the show on tonight. Arranging that beautiful sign. Making sure the truck got painted up. Doing a commercial. Awesome job. Big shout out there to GW Graphics. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's check out a little bit of work by GW Graphics. We'll be right back with you.
Tell me what
two very heart-wrenching, touching commercials right there. Both of those commercials designed by Gary Whitmer Jr. A big shout out there to Gary Whitmer Jr. And if you're out there listening, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to have a tribute race done, contact me on Facebook. Another tribute race coming up very soon. The first Saturday of May, I do believe. The third annual Donald Sadusky, God rest his soul, Donald Sadusky's son. Probably ought to clarify that. Ryan Sadusky. Unexpectedly dying 2 years ago. Early next month. Donald approached me, asked me if I would like to do the, I guess it'll be the third one for Ryan. But if you have something you would like managed, give me a call on Facebook and we'll see what we can do. Right now, Gary Whitmer Jr. has taken that lead due to pit stops being performed by Donald Stewart and Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson, Donald Stewart in pit row. Gary Whitmer taking that lead. Awesome stuff right now. Donald and Mark Jackson back out there. And I'll tell you what, I would love to be in their channel. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I'm going to jump up on these drivers' radio channel, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to say anything because I don't want to disrupt them. Let's jump up there and see what they're saying. They may not be talking at all, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what's going on up there. We have inter-channel. Radio comms are down. Everything's silent. Gary Whitmer out there on that front line, leading his fourth lap of the night. We are in channel with 9 other drivers. Actually, 14 other drivers, and tell you what, they're focused. No distracted driving going on.
Say hi, Mark, so I don't catch our draft.
Right there. Communication.
They'll probably get it. Going low.
Donald Stewart on that mic. Not wanting. Wally.
Not this time, Kevin, but next one.
Okay.
Not this, but next.
Joel Guy setting up for a pit stop.
I'll go to the wall.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Green flag pit stops for Joel Guy. John Henderson. Good communication.
All good for 62.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. Coming on to 63.
Yep.
Gary Whitmer, Chris Ho, coming in on 63.
Dave, you gonna pit with us?
Not yet.
Ben Gear, Dave Casia. Awesome stuff. Joel Guy, Kevin Scott getting ready to go into pit row. Lap 61 of 100, 39 to go. And away we go. Green flag pit stops coming in for Kevin Scott, Joel Guy. Can he grab it? Grab it down. Joel Guy into pit row. Kevin on the outside into pit row. Good job, guys. Good job going into pit row. Ooh, Joel Guy missing his pit stop. That's no good. Ooh. Again, missing it. That's going to hurt Kevin Scott Nelson because he's going to fly out of there, and he's got nobody going with him. Nobody going with him. Joel Guy, oh, hope he didn't get a penalty, though.
I just ain't having no luck tonight at all.
No, sir, Joel, you are not.
Did you get nailed again?
No, slid through my pits and then was too far.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it straight from
Woo dang!
the horse's
I'm
mouth.
going to put some banana peels on my truck.
Yeah, mine was getting kind of loose going in too.
Talking about tire wear, tire wear, tire wear.
Sorry, Kevin.
That's all right.
I slid through my pits and then I was too far right.
I almost did it too. I don't know where those tires came from.
I'll try to catch up to you, Kevin.
Gary Whitmer Sr.
Okay.
right there.
Wear it out, brother.
David Casey, our race leader. Donald Stewart in second. Mark Jackson in third. Wally, Chris, Travis.
Go up high, Joe. Thank you.
Pit stops for Dave Acacia.
All right, coming at you, Gary.
10-4.
Somebody's blinking like a sumbitch behind me.
Yeah, I think that's Chris Boyles.
Man, they just got off like a rocket ship, didn't they?
Gary Whitmer Jr. in 7th position. Ben Gear 8th. Chris Hogue sitting in 9th. David Casey at first position, but by himself. You can sing a little Barbara Streisand right there, all by himself. We're still in Radiocom channel. Listening to these drivers work their way around this 2.66 mile speedway with the Stephanie Hoover Foundation race, brought to you by Gary Whitmer. Educating our fans and viewers and participants about the dangers of distracted driving. Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson, Wally Tierheimer, Chris Boyles, Travis Browder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count them, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. All right, you know what? Lap 65 over 100. I want to hear from the fans. I want to hear from the fans. I want you to tell me who you think is going to win tonight's race. I'm going to start it up right now.
Man, how were we so slow?
I don't know.
All right, I'm going to start it up right now, ladies and gentlemen. I am putting my bets on Mark Jackson. I'm going to call Mark Jackson for tonight's win. Yes, sir, Bob. I am calling Mark Jackson for tonight's win. How about you, ladies and gentlemen? Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson,
inside, Chris.
Wally Tierheimer, Chris Boyles.
Thanks, man.
Good communication with our drivers.
Got a spin?
Oh, yeah. I'd just rather be back here. That way I ain't got to worry about looking in front of me and behind me.
52 going back, 52 going back, 52 going back. Got to grab onto that 51, brother. They're going to roll on. They're going to roll on. Gary Whitmer, 1 lap down.
Stay where we're at, or you won't go around?
Becky Whitmer rooting for Gary Whitmer Sr. Gary Whitmer Sr. not out of this. It is not impossible. Would need to get 2 laps back.
Yeah, I vote to go around them.
10-4.
Now, deep down, I really want to see one of the Whitmers
You guys too wide?
win. But when I call my pick, I have got to be realistic. I have got to be
Going around on the back stretch.
realistic,
You
knowing
guys are
what I
single
know
file,
about
right?
racing.
Stay in the middle.
And I tell you what, I think it is going to be Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson, Wally Thierheimer, and I am picking Mark Jackson. Gary Whitmer Jr., 7.7 seconds back. Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson dominating tonight's race. Donald Stewart leading
This ain't working. We need to
34
stack up single file
laps,
again.
ladies and gentlemen. But I tell you what, Gary Whitmer Jr., no stranger to the winner's circle, especially in the pad race. I've seen him win a pad race. We've got one driver off track. We're going to try
Get
to
in
raise
here,
him.
jump in here behind John.
Sorry.
How about a Ryan? Have you got a copy, Ryan?
Yes.
Ryan, are you off track, brother?
Yeah, we had frame rate issues. I was down to 8 frames at the end there, and tough break for us.
Well, have you got a few minutes to chat with me?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, educate our fans out there. What frame rate? We're not building Windows here. What's a frame rate?
It's how many. It's like pixels on your screen, frames per second. More frames, less it lags. Less frames, more it lags. That's pretty much how it works in iRacing. I'm just testing it out right now on a different server. And
So a
now it's working.
PC related issue.
Yes, PC related. And I believe it's because of Windows. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, if I might suggest, pay your cable bill, brother.
I know it. Oh, I gotta pay for it. I'm too young for that.
Hey, I'll tell you what. You won our what was it? Friday night? Did you win Friday nights?
I won Monday night.
Monday night. Have you received that blanket from Becky Whitmer yet?
Not yet, but I'm hopefully getting it next few days. That would be awesome. I think I saw that thing on Facebook. And those things look incredible. Becky did a great job. It looks unbelievable.
I tell you what, I enjoy mine. Now with the weather heating up, I tell you what, it's on the back of the couch right now. But I tell you what, mine was black and red. The KMA black and red attack. I love it. I know you're going to enjoy yours. Now you dominated Monday night. Talk to us about, because I tell you what, was that a hard schedule? Was that an easy schedule? We had no Dover for sure.
I just love those tracks we ran at. I love all of them. I think the only weak point was Michigan, and then Homestead. Homestead was terrible. I wasn't gonna win that either way, but other than that, I loved every other track we ran.
I tell you what, right now we're in our off weeks. On our downtime, just running for fun, are there any tracks you'd like to see, knowing that points aren't going to be a factor?
Let's see. I like to see Richmond back on there.
Richmond always a little bit of a challenge, though.
I love short track racing, and I think Martinsville, Richmond, and kind of Bristol are really fun tracks to run.
All right, now I'll tell you what, one more question. Now, it's going to be a serious question. Tonight, we're all about the dangers of distracted driving. It is a weekend, a doubleheader. Tomorrow night, we've got our pad race. Tonight, we are at the Stephanie Hoover Foundation.org, another victim of distracted driving. You're a younger driver. In my day, Ryan, we didn't have cell phones. I didn't even have a beeper to go off. My first accident, I was playing with the radio because cell phones did not exist. But this is your day. This is your generation. From your age group, talk to me about the dangers of distracted driving.
Oh, there's a lot of dangers out there now. I've seen a lot of kids from my school have been getting in car accidents. There's actually 2 kids that flipped their truck in our grade in my shop class. 2 kids flipped their trucks, and I think like 4 or 5 of them got in car accidents. And it's like, it's insane. And like, that's actually one of the reasons why I don't have my license yet. Is like, I told my parents I don't want my license until I'm like 17 and a half. And they always ask why. It's like, because I don't want to end up like one of those kids driving out of school and get hit. And next thing you know, insurance rates up. And that's one of the reasons currently I don't have my license. And I'm 17 years old. And my parents always ask me, why don't you have your license? And I tell them why. I don't feel like getting hit coming out of school.
Well, that's because they want you to get the job. And, you know, I have to drive to work and such. But I tell you what, you know, one of the things that I do, Ryan, I keep my phone in my work crate, my toolbox, if you will, so that when I'm going from job to job to job, I can't hear it, I can't see it, I can't feel it, I can't smell it, I can't answer it. So don't hold yourself back. A license is a great thing to have, but I tell you what, with the license comes responsibility, because driving is a privilege. It is not a right. What do you think?
Oh, I totally agree with that. I know some kid in my school actually got his license taken away because, well, what I heard, he was being an idiot. He was doing burnouts. Next thing you know, his truck was upside down. And well, I already learned that lesson. I'm gonna make sure not to be an idiot on the road, and I'm gonna try to avoid driving to school and back. I'd honestly rather take the bus than drive to school, but it's just because all the kids in my school just don't know how to drive, and a lot of them text and drive, and I know a lot of people that do that, and it's a terrible habit to have, and I hope someday if you could get arrested for it. I know you can probably get arrested for it now, but I'm in like serious charges. And I don't know. There's a lot out there. It's a habit that needs to stop in this world.
Alrighty, copy that. Well, I tell you what, you seem to have it together. Now, before I let you go, I just got a message on the KMA TV chat, and it says, if all goes well, they will be mailed next week. That's coming to you live from Becky Whitmer. So next week, you'll be all warm and fuzzy in your blanket you earned for winning our Monday Night Mania series.
Thank you, Becky. I hope to watch Bristol with that blanket. That'll be a show.
Nice. All right. Well, damn. Sorry your luck went bad with your PC. Pay your cable bill, and we'll catch you maybe tomorrow night in the pad race.
I don't think I can make that tomorrow night. I got to run the NASCAR racing series. I got wrecked out Wednesday night, so
Ooh.
I'll be back Monday. Hopefully Monday.
All right. Well, I think next week I put up a post up there, and I think we're leaning maybe towards Atlanta or Michigan. What are your thoughts on that?
That sounds good. I'd love Atlanta. Atlanta's a nice slick track, and that's probably one of my favorite tracks.
All right. Well, we'll get up there and make your vote count, brother.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Good night, Ryan.
Good night.
Ryan Coon, always a lot of fun out there. I want to give a big shout out there to Becky Whitmer. Customized out a Monday night, a Tuesday night, and a Friday night quilt session, a quilt, winter's quilt, as we ended our season. Tonight, Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson, Gary Whitmer. Actually, Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson are pulled away. My goodness. Now this is interesting. All right, we got to catch you up here. We were talking to Ryan. We were doing some distracted broadcasting, I'll tell you what. All right, but I tell you what. Right now, we've got Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson. Now, we've talked about the numbers, folks. We have stated you have got to have the numbers. Well, let's take a look at this situation right here. We got 4 trucks out here. We got Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson. But the number 52 and the number 224, they're laps down. But what are they doing? They are pushing. They are making their presence known. They are keeping Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson up there in that lead pack. They are a lap down. They don't care. They are racing it like they are on that front lap, lap 78 of 100. Coming up on green flag pit stops. Let's jump down channel and see what the Max V boys are doing. We are in channel with Wally.
Yo, who is that?
Just the broadcaster, just eavesdropping. You guys are good. Keep racing.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Captain.
Keep racing. Not a distraction. No distraction. We're in here eavesdropping with Wally, Michael Johnson, Chris Voiles, and Travis Browder. Now they're being kind of quiet here. Let's search out these drivers and see where they're at. Wally Tierheimer. Chris Voiles.
Sorry, Travis.
Travis Browder. I'll tell you what, drivers, we're just eavesdropping on your channel, but I gotta say, you guys have shown some wicked teamwork tonight.
Thanks, Scott. Everybody's driving real well. Hasn't been any incidents, so it's all about strategy and pitting.
Yep.
Alrighty, looking good out there, boys.
Thanks, Captain.
Back up into the big channel. 14 drivers and quiet as a mouse. Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson.
Kind of changes my fuel strategy now that they're pulling away. I say run it until it's dry and then pit.
All right, they're talking fuel strategy.
I'm down with that.
John Henderson, Ben Gear, talking fuel strategy.
What do you guys think?
I got 12 laps.
Yeah, I got 14.
Yeah, I got 13.8 laps.
I'd run us. Let's go on like lap 92 or something. If y'all can make it.
I need 9 gallons to finish the race, including what I have on board.
Down with Mark, how you doing on gas? Where we at?
I'm sticking to my plans. I'm pitting lap 85, coming 86.
In channel with
I got to take a little bit more fuel than you guys because I've been leading.
And he's right. He's led 49 laps. Donald Stewart has led half tonight's race. Is that correct? Let me check those numbers. 49 laps led, Donald Stewart.
Focus.
Focus. But he's right.
Yeah, I was looking at my fuel.
Telling his teammate to focus up. All right, we are within their race channel.
6.8, no tires.
Yep.
Mark Jackson, Donald Stewart.
Drop your fuel down to 3.4.
They can't hear us, but we can hear them. Caution free, ladies and gentlemen, into Stephanie
I think that'll be enough.
Foundation.org. Race. Caution free. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? Lap 83 over 100, 17 to go. 15 lead changes. Donald Stewart leading lap 83 of 100.
I'm going to go to the right. You go to the left, Mark.
I know.
Like we did last time. That was awesome.
Oh, not this time, but or next time around, or time after that.
Oh no! No, the number 52 lagged up. Will that
It's like
be
they
a
turned
caution?
back behind us.
Wow.
Whoa!
I thought for sure there's a crash going on.
111 up into that wall. That is
What
a
happened,
replay.
John?
My ref shut down.
Pitting this lap.
You said you're going this time?
Yep.
Alright, I'll go with you, I guess.
Donald,
Yeah.
this time?
Yes, this time.
I'll be going to the wall.
I'm gonna get caught speeding. I can screw up.
I almost did.
Well, I done did it twice. They didn't get me.
We'll see you guys later.
Good night, John.
What happened, John?
The rift just stopped. It stopped working.
You steering and pedals or the whole computer?
No, the visual. No, the computer's running fine. It's the Oculus Rift itself just went black.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like
Alright,
it anyway. It
guys.
sucked.
Let's see if they can catch us.
It's alright. We'll see you later.
All right, John.
Did you guys knock your fuel down to 3.4?
10-4.
10-4.
$92, right?
Yeah, 92.
It's like we did it, Mark. They're not catching us.
Drop!
Let's just keep going like we are. We got this, baby.
Stay attached because I'm on your bumper.
Sweet.
I'm gonna go to the wall.
Unless Dave beats us on fuel.
They might. Drive.
Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson out there on that front line. They may have this wrapped up. Wally Terhammer, Travis Browder, Chris Voiles at 5.3 seconds back. Lap 95. Now Gary Whitmer Jr. has fallen to position 9. Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson out there on that front line on lap 95 of 100, getting ready to take lap 96. What a run out there for Donald Stewart and Mark Jackson. Wally Terheimer, Travis, Chris Voiles trying to make it happen tonight. Going to fall just a little bit short though. Caution free tonight. Awesome racing out here tonight. Very impressive. Very, very impressive indeed. One more channel skip.
I'm going to try getting hooked up with you guys. I'm in the wall again.
Travis Browder, Wally Terheimer, Chris Voiles, David Casey on the outside.
We're definitely running. We're running a second faster with these guys next to us, so.
Easy, Mark.
Clear.
Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson looking out of 1 and 2.
I've been helping him now, pushing him pretty hard too. I'll let off a little bit.
Who's behind you?
Chuck Thompson.
Wally Terheimer 5 seconds back. Mark Jackson, Donald Stewart. I had called Mark Jackson for the win. Lap
Our
98.
drivers, Scott's in this channel, so watch your language.
Joel Guy being a great, great admin right there. Great admin. Donald Stewart out there on that front line. Get a boost from Kevin Scott Nelson. Mark Jackson, lap 98 of 100.
Sorry, Gary.
Sorry, man.
What a race, ladies and gentlemen.
I got one more lap.
One more lap, ladies and gentlemen. Heard from Donald Stewart. Donald Stewart, Mark Jackson, 1 and 2. I voted for Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson's on that outside lane. Can Mark Jackson do it? My bet is still on. Oh, there goes Donald Stewart. Tough break for Donald Stewart. He gets turned. Last lap, no caution will fly. Mark Jackson being pushed by Ivan Garcia. Mark Jackson, I called it. Mark Jackson, but I tell you what, let's go back and take a look at what happened to Donald Stewart. Donald Stewart getting a little bit of a turn from the number 224. Tough break for Donald Stewart. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody owned it, if anybody deserved it, it was indeed Donald Stewart. Tough break for Donald, getting turned by Kevin Scott Nelson. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that had to hurt. That absolutely had to hurt. All right, Travis Browder, our third place position. How about it, Travis Browder?
Captain, what's up, man?
What's up, Gilligan? Talk to me.
It was a great race, caution free. I just got back from my surgery on Tuesday this week on my tooth, on my wisdom tooth. It was broken, but I am healing up really well. Happy to be back racing, but third's good. That was a good race.
Well, I tell you what, real quick, you know, Travis, I'm talking to the younger generation tonight about the dangers of distracted driving. What are your thoughts about all that?
Well, PADD, of course. Big shout out to Gary Whitmer for tonight, and big shout out to Mike Kalini, of course. Distracted driving is anything that you drive distracted, but drive focused on the road 100%. We went caution free, Scott.
We did. All right, good job, Travis Browder, third position.
Thank you.
How about it, Wally?
Hey, Scott.
You know, one thing that I said early on, I said, you're going to check out this cat, Wally, Chris Boyles, Travis Browder, and they're going to hook up, and they're going to put it to it. A little bit of early trouble on there for Chris Boyles, tapping that wall up there along about lap 6. But I tell you what a finish, 2 and 4, 2, 3, and 4 for Wally. Tell me all about that teamwork.
Yeah, you know, with Donald and Mark all hooked up and a lot of other good drivers up there, it wasn't a matter of trying to win it in the beginning. We just tried to be cool, go to the back if we had to, you know, organize our pit strategy, don't make any mistakes. We got thrown off a little bit. We had a little bit of a pit mishap on that last one. We got delayed 2-3 seconds, but it put us in the back. But we were patient. We kept going, and it worked out well. We just didn't drive over our head. Just did what we had to.
Now, I tell you what, Wally, you know, I was talking to our fans earlier, and you're an older guy like me. We didn't have to deal with all this cell phone bullshit. What are your thoughts about this new age electronical device that's plaguing us?
Yeah, it's one of those things that is something else, and we never had that, obviously. I mean, you know, we just basically nowadays, I think that, you know, it's one of those things where we can't live with them, we can't live without them. So what do? You just have to try to do what, you know, raise awareness like this group does. You know, basically trying to let everyone know you can't text and drive, you can't email, you can't be distracted. So it's real important, and I'm all for it.
All righty, good job out here, Wally. Definitely the epitome of teamwork. Good job, Wally.
All right, Scott, thanks.
Mark!
Scott!
I say, Mr. Winner, look at you. Hey, Mark. I got one thing to say. You ready?
Yep.
There you go, buddy. Talk to me.
Bell, baby.
Talk to me.
Scott, what a race, man! I was so happy to bring this win home for Miss Hoover, that foundation, and for Mama Patty. We've had some hard times going on here the last month in this camp, and really the first race back in a long time with KMA, and we brought home a win tonight at Talladega. Caution free.
Caution free, and I tell you what, that is where it's at. But you know, we've got a doubleheader. We've got the pad race tomorrow night. So this weekend, we are all about education about the dangers of distracted driving. You have got small grandchildren. You have got big children. What do you tell your kids and your grandchildren about all this bullshit cell phone? You know, it's a problem, Mark. Definitely a problem.
Well, it's really simple. Stay alive. Don't text and drive. If you're going to get on your cell phone, you don't need to be behind the wheel, because honestly, that kills more people than guns or anything else. Drunk driving, I don't care what it is. You know, if you're going to ride down the road and talk on your cell phone or whatever you're doing, texting, pull over.
Now, I tell you what, before we get on to Gary Whitmer Jr., I do want to talk about the last couple laps right there. What happened to Donald? Donald's ducked out of channel. That was a hard turn when the 221 got into Donald. Wow, what was going on right there?
Well, we were running with some lap traffic. We caught up to them, And this whole race, I was hesitant to push on Donald. We ran together this whole race, and I think he just might have got just a little bit of a nudge, and the guy behind him even came over the radio and apologized for turning him, but he turned him a little bit, and that's all it takes. I mean, it's just one little nudge the wrong way. I hate it for Donald. We ran together the whole race. We pitted together. We drafted together. We called strategy together, and I hate it for Donald because I think it was going to come down to either him or I. And I kind of got handed a gift there, so I'll take it. I hate it for Donald and those guys over there, but I want to dedicate this race to my mom because she sat there this whole time in her rocking chair, sitting there watching me. We wasn't able to stream it tonight, but she was there in heart and spirit. We've had some hard times around here, and I may not have her around very much longer. So for KMA and Over the Top Paints Racing, I'm just so happy.
All right, well, I tell you what, Mark, on a very serious note, I've talked to Mama Patty. We love Mama Patty here at KMA. And if you can play her this part of this broadcast, I tell you what, Mama Patty, we love you. And with what Mark just said, I'm getting a little bit of a tear going. And Mama Patty, we love you. And tonight's race is for you. So congratulations, Marky Mark won it. Good job, Mark Jackson.
Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, KMA. Over the Top. Woo! Got her done at Talladega. You know, it's kind of funny. We was watching Ricky Bobby earlier before we went to the grocery store and this, that, and the other. And me and Mom was sitting there watching Talladega night. So this is just a fitting end to a perfect evening. Thank you, guys.
All right, good job there, Ricky, Mark Jackson, Bobby.
Woo!
All righty, now for our special interview. I had promised this cat an interview underneath the first caution, but I tell you what, no caution. So Gary, right now it's all about you. And Gary, most importantly of tonight, one more time, I've been talking about Stephanie Hoover all night long, but you know more than I do. Tell us all about, well, tell us all about it.
The Stephanie Hoover Foundation was brought up from Stephanie's mom, Mary Hoover Myers. Stephanie lost her life in a car accident. She was 18 years old. A little bit of the accident, she ran off the left side of the road, went through a fence. The vehicle rolled a couple times and landed up into a tree. The speed was a factor. They're thinking maybe that somebody was, a group or something was following her, and she got distracted, from that, and that's that.
All right, well, I tell you what, along with Stephanie, along with Nikki here at KMA Racing, KMA TV, this is a educational weekend about the dangers of distracted driving because we've got our pad race tomorrow night. Gary, I know you are very close to the Nikki Kaleni Foundation. Tell us a little bit about how passionate you are about the whole because I know you've got a young daughter yourself. I've got a young daughter myself. I've got a 10-year-old grandson. I'm going to have the talk with him. And we're not talking the sex talk. We're talking the driving and phone talk. You're very passionate. Anything else you want to close us out on?
I just want to bring up that the Stephanie Hoover Foundation, we brought this on, put this on. I hope they enjoyed it. I want to give a big shout out to all the drivers that come in to help with the support and racing for this cause. April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and this is what we do.
All right, and I tell you what, we showed those videos a few times. We're going to close it out with that video. Great job, and a big shout out there to GW Graphics. And I tell you what, we got some really cool camera shots out there. You and your dad driving the official Stephanie Hoover Foundation.org Chevy Silverado side by side. Good job, Gary Whitmer, and thank you for all you do, sir.
Yep, thanks KMA TV, KMA Racing, and all the guys that put this together. Thank you.
All right, I'll see you in a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a night tonight. Caution free. Woohoo! Great race. All right, we're going to close it out one more time, taking a look at that great commercial put out by Gary Whitmer. Caution free tonight. Mark Jackson won it. Big shout out there to Mama Patty. I am Scott Kolovic. We are out of here.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky. I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? All your days filled with love and light. Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky. And I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you